All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. There's some stuff that is in the news that I'm sure we all done heard about, and I'm not late to the party. I've heard about it. I just haven't came to y'all with it, and the time is now. I want to talk about some of these things that I've heard about in the news. It took me to digest it. It took me to analyze it and break it down before I give my commentary, my opinion about what is going on in the news. First, foremost, I've mentioned several times that I live in Tennessee, that I am in Middle Tennessee, and I am in Clarksville, Tennessee. Okay, this is Clarksville. I'm in front of my resident. This is where Chud the Builder has made most of his content. I have not ran into Chud myself. That does not mean that we haven't, crossed paths, or he was behind me in the checkout in the parking lot. I can't say that it happened no more than I could say that it didn't happen. But what I do know is that um we haven't had any interaction. Okay. When he have created some content, some of the areas look familiar to me, especially when he was at Kroger's harassing those young black men. And I recognized it as being a Kroger that I shop at. What is my take on Chud the Builder? I cannot tell you how I would have responded if I saw him. Um, I'm sure I would have been one of the ones that were angry and offering up a verbal confrontation with this man. I'm almost for certain it would have taken me by surprise, right? Um, for some of those people that were familiar with Chud and they were happy to have met him and be a part of his content. And honestly, I think that after I've, heard of him, I would have been one of them. And no, it's not about being a sellout, a coon, chimping out, or anything like that. I understand that the man is making content. Yes, it was racial and it was degrading and all of that. I wouldn't have been just gong ho with it, but I understand what you're doing. I would have recognized him like, oh, you this cat, because as we saw, he wasn't rude to everybody. Okay. And it later came out that he interacted with black people on a sexual level. Okay. This man is strictly making content, but at the same time, it was fueling racist white people. And I'm sure it influenced some other white people. What I also thought about was what our peoples used to tell us. It's not what people call you, it's what you answer to. And some of you all answered to what he was calling you. But you weren't that angry to run up on him with the gun, with the bear mace, or whatever. It wasn't enough for you to run up on him and take one for the team. Like the other hero that gets no points in my book. That man could have killed your ass. You got shot twice. For what? To say you the one that ran up on Chud? To say you wasn't scared, you ain't no punk, and you took two bullets that could have ended you while this man is still alive? See, I have a problem with certain things because you want to get upset because this man is calling people niggers and say you chimping out, but you sit up and call each other niggas, call yourself nigga, refer to your kids as my little niggas. Nigga please, nigga what, nigga who, nigga try me, nigga, 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 nigga. So why you mad? And the people that he was running up on was urban people, people from the hood, no disrespect. Well, I know you use the word nigga daily. Y'all walking around here calling white folks niggas, Spanish speaking niggas. Anybody you come across, you're calling them niggas. So when they call you nigga back, you mad? If you want a change, you want to see a change, you got to be the change. Maybe if you stop saying nigga and stop referring to others as niggas, then maybe people will catch on since you're trendsetters, since everything niggas do, other races want to do too. You set the trend, you set the stage, you set the tempo. But that won't happen. Turn the page, moving along. Mr. Kevin Hart, one of my favorite comedians. Anyone knows me know that I love comedy. I love comedy. I prefer comedy over anything. And anyone that knows me also knows that I say, keep me laughing because you don't want to see me angry. Allow me to tell jokes because you're not going to like me when I'm angry, when I'm serious. Keep me laughing. You know, um, I did not see his roast. I have seen Kevin live. I've seen majority of his movies and his stand up. I'm a Kevin Hart fan. But Kevin Hart, I've seen clips of his Netflix roast and I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed and I did not find it funny. That was the most racist and degrading roast I've seen in my life. I've seen red fox roast. I've seen not Carabinet, Lucille Ball roast. I've seen Richard Pryor roast. I've seen Paul Mooney roast. I've seen Don Rickles. I've seen Nipsey Russell. Who else got up and said stuff? Um, I've seen, what's that white man? His roast. Oh, what is that white man roast? Oh my gosh, I can't think of him, but he's not here. It'll come to me later. I've seen his roast. None of those roasts hit below the belt. And allow me to explain. When they are roasting Phyllis Diller, that came to me. What is that white man name? Ah, okay. When you're roasting that person. You're not talking about their children. You're not talking about their mother, their father, their granny, their pets. Um, no one that's dead, nobody's mother, nobody's father. No, you're keeping the roast on the target. Anything other than that is your ass. And for those people to come for Kevin Hart mother and father who are deceased, came for Kevin Hart children, came for Cheryl Underwood and her deceased husband. What the fuck? What the fuck? And for all of you all saying it's a roast, nothing is off limit, then I feel like that should have been a pay per view. It should have been a warning, a trigger warning. This is dark comedy because comedy is not the same for everybody. There's different genres of comedy. And that was on a whole nother level. For everyone to see that and to see Kevin Hart, you was down for the bullshit. George Floyd, really? And that was a sensitive time for us globally. Can I tell a John F. Kennedy getting his head blowed off? Can I make a joke about Charlie Kirk getting his head blowed the fuck off? Can I do that? Because they had a guy here in Tennessee that made a Charlie Kirk joke and was arrested for making a joke. Now, I don't know how it go, but I know how it go. You have rehearsals. You have people who are in communication with one another. And you want to sit up here and tell me that nobody knew what each other was talking about? Y'all heard all of them jokes for the first time? Because I don't believe that. Y'all knew what was going to be said and who picked these people. Who picked these people? Why it couldn't have been an all black panel to get up and do the roast? Or one white person that has some sense. I'm not going to say that Kevin owes us an apology because he don't owe us a goddamn thing. But then white people, I need to hear from you. Good, bad, or ugly. I need to hear from you. Who wrote that shit for you? Or did you write this shit yourself? And what made you feel like you could come up there and say this bullshit? Kevin, you a puppet. You can't say shit. You showed me you a puppet. If you did not know what the fuck these people was gonna go up there and say, when you heard that shit, you should have jumped your black ass up and said, stop the camera. Uh-uh. Go back in the green room, go back in the dressing room and rewrite them jokes. That shit shouldn't have never made TV, but it did. But it did. Ridiculous. Moving right along. Let's talk about the 75-year-old woman in Indiana that tried to walk up on two young non-black women. Let me get this straight. You in the drive-thru, me mom, and something was wrong, apparently. You took it upon yourself to get out your car, go in the restaurant, or wherever, or whatever it was, and address these two women by yourself. Something that you shouldn't have never done. You should have stayed your ass in that motherfucking car. See, I've not personally been in that situation, but I've had close family members to be in that situation where they at work and they watching a video, no audio, but just watching the video, and based on the actions is how the employer reacted based on what they saw. So I don't hear no audio, but I'm looking at the visual. And me, ma, you wrong. And then women could have been talking cash shit about how they was gonna fuck her up. You shouldn't have never got out your car by yourself. From what I saw, me, mom, you laid hands first. And I know they could have been, bitch, you black, fat bitch. They probably was eating her ass up verbally. But me, ma, I saw your hands first. And then that's when they came from behind that counter and put the flute flop flam on your ass. You couldn't handle it. It didn't look like they did much, but you thought you were going to flip, flop, flip, flam and put your hands and walk up out of there. That's what you thought. And I'm almost for certain that ain't me my first time. And see, I have a story to tell behind that about my own mother. She do that shit. When I'm with her, she does that shit. She get to raising her voice, she get agitated, and she get to talking crazy. And it was one day in particular where this young black woman got tired of my mama talking to her crazy. She turned around and was finna attack my mama verbally. And then that's when I had to say, oh, 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 she hard of hearing. And then the lady was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I know. I said the next time my mama pulls some shit like that, I'm not gonna intervene because she know better. And if she don't know better, somebody gonna set her ass straight. And my mama is 78 or 79. One of them. But she gonna get the flu flops. Cause she talk big shit on the phone and wanna talk big shit in public. And people not having that. People nowadays don't respect the elders. They will get with your ass. Watch how you talk to people. Young people have no respect for older people. So you better get your mouth and your mind right. That's all I have for now. Until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, and be kind to yourself.